Helo a croeso I Coleg Cambria. Hello and welcome to Coleg Cambria. My name's Jack Mattel. I'm part of the Performing Arts Department on the Yale campus of Coleg Cambria. I'm here today to give you a bit of insight into the Performing Arts Department, talk about the course, give my overview of the course, and to answer any questions you might have in regards to the course itself. But prior to doing that, I'd like to introduce you to a short video about the college.
We are Cambria. We were rated excellent by Estyn inspectors. We inspire success. We provide learners with work experience which enables them to have the very best employment opportunities. We are the highest performing college in Wales. We lead the way with our world-class facilities. We partner with top universities to bring degrees to your doorstep. We have raised over £500,000 for charity since 2013. We impact positively on the wider communities we serve. We change thousands of lives every year. We can change yours. Your success starts here.
Hi, so I hope you enjoyed that. Gives you a little bit of an overview of the actual college itself. So as mentioned before, I'm here just to give you a bit of insight into the Performing Arts course and to give you a little bit of information about it to help fill in some gaps that you might have and give you just an overview of what the course might do for you. As I go along, what I'll be doing is just giving you that overview, giving you a bit of information, and then at the end of that, we'll have a bit of a Q&A. So if you do have any questions, you are welcome at that point to send them through to me, and I'll answer them as best I can. So just to give you a bit of information about the Performing Arts Department, we work with an exam board called University Arts London, otherwise known as UAL. They're a very practical based course with some elements of theoretical that underpins the practical skills that you'll be learning. On the courses that we offer level 1, level 2 and a level 3 course in performing arts. We do also offer production arts courses, which is another course delivered by other tutors, which you can certainly have a look at on our website. But in regards to the performing arts course, we offer our level 1, which is a 1-year course, our level 2, which is also a 1-year course, and the level 3 is a 2-year course. That starts with the diploma and goes into the extended diploma for the level 3s. In all 3 levels, we cover our acting, our singing, dance, and musical theatre. Within acting, you will have the opportunity to explore various different practitioners, such as Stanislavski or Brecht and various other pinnacle practitioners, as well as explore various different plays. You'll have the opportunity to potentially devise stuff of your own, and of course perform in front of members of your class and potentially external audiences also within that. Within singing, you have the opportunity to learn about the voice, how to use your voice from a singer's perspective, and how to breathe as a singer using diaphragmatic breathing, and also learning how to pitch and how to put colour and emotion behind your voice within singing. We also offer, as mentioned, dance, in which you'll have the opportunity to explore various different styles of dance, such as jazz, ballet, contemporary, and maybe a few other various different styles as well as we go along, depending on what is required of that year. Within that also, you'll learn discipline, and you'll also have some body conditioning stuff as well to help develop your strength and stamina in which to deal with the industry. We also offer a strand of musical theatre also, where you'll explore some musical theatre. You'll look at contemporary musicals, you'll look at more of the classical musicals, at the same time as having the opportunity to explore the techniques of acting through song, and looking at how you can combine dance with song and acting in which to create a musical theatre performance. So you have a large variety of opportunities within the course to learn all kinds of different skills and to give you an overview of a load of different things that you could explore and have a go at, hopefully developing skills that you might already have, but also introducing you to some new ones that you might not have thought of and you might actually find that you enjoy as well. So it gives you a good flavour of what performing arts is all about. On top of that, the actual courses themselves are considered full-time courses. So therefore, you would be a full-time student within the college if you took on the course, one of the performing arts courses. Now, it does vary as to how many days, depending on what course you're on. Usually it's between 3 and 4 days a week you're usually in, but that can vary depending on what the requirements are from year to year. So therefore, you must be prepared to be in up to 5 days a week, Monday to Friday. Within those days, you will have your typical week, which you would have your practical skills dotted throughout the week, as well as maybe the odd theory sessions as well. But you'd also be expected to do a good chunk of the theory work at home, because we try to prioritise the time in college as much as we can to do as much of the practical work as we can, as we have the facilities and the space to do so in our studios that we have. We have a number of studios within the college, and we have some very, very good facilities in which to teach you with some of the top equipment, which will help you and support you develop your skills. Now, in terms of the actual courses, of course, there are entry requirements for the course, as there is for any course that you tend to go on. There tends to be some form of requirement. So therefore, for our level 1 course, currently we ask our students to have 4 GCSEs E or above. For our level 2 course, it's expected that you would have 4 GCSEs D or above, including English language. And then for our level 3 programme, you would be expected to have 5 A to C GCSEs, one of which should be English language, and one should also be maths. Now, please, please, please do not worry if for any reason you don't succeed in getting the grades that you had hoped for in order to gain access to the level that you wanted. Please do come back to us and speak to us. Don't just think it's the be-all and end-all, because we will always support you and we'll always look for ways in which we can support you and hopefully get you onto a course that you enjoy. We currently offer, as I say, our level 1, 2 and 3. So for example, if you are a level 3 student and you didn't quite achieve the grades that you needed to be on the level 3 course, then we can of course look at the level 2 and so on and so forth. However, if you haven't got the grades that you had hoped for, we can always explore as many options as we can. It can be that we might look at different courses with you or whatnot. So please do come and speak to us if you fear there's any problems there. So also for the course itself, no experience is required. We don't expect you to have prior experience in performing arts. If you do, then great, because it means that you've already got some knowledge there that you can bring to the table when you come to the course. And we will certainly take that on board and we'll give you opportunities to demonstrate that. However, if you haven't got any experience, it's not an issue at all. We have plenty of students that come to us on our course which don't have any experience whatsoever. That's what we're here for. We as tutors, we are experienced. We've had plenty of experience in the actual industry itself, as well as within teaching. So we have a lot of experience in which to be able to support you and develop your skills to the best of your ability, and to develop skills that you already have as well to make them stronger. If you do already have prior skills, there may be opportunity there for us to help support you in using them within the class, even if it's something that we don't necessarily teach. Quite often we do find some students have something that they are capable of doing within their talents that they want to introduce into the classroom or into a performance, which we're always open to also as well. In terms of the actual course itself, so we have a structure for our course. We have 3 stages. Now this is for all levels. For level 1, 2 and 3, we follow a similar structure. So we have 3 stages to the course. The first stage being that it's skills build effectively. So you develop your skills in terms of singing, dance, acting, and musical theatre, and also your academic skills as well. So within that skills build, it usually lasts for around about a term, maybe just under. And what we tend to do is we take you through all the basics of the skills throughout the various different art forms that we teach, giving you insight into the very basics and then hopefully developing your skills from there. It might be that you already know the basics, in which case we'll differentiate that within the classroom, and we will give you the opportunity to look at slightly more advanced stuff if you're more developed in that area. And then for those of you who may not have had as much experience, we will support you with the basics to hopefully build you up to that same level of understanding. So there's plenty of opportunity there. Within that, as I mentioned before, you'll have all the various different skills build within the different areas. You'll explore various different practitioners, you'll explore different techniques for all the different areas, and you'll also have the opportunity to kind of explore them with a tutor, but also will potentially give you the opportunity to explore it independently and bring something to us as well to show your understanding. Then we move on to stage 2, which is your application of skills. So all the skills you've learned in the first stage, as well as any skills that you might have learned outside of college, will come into play at this point. We'll take you into the application of skills stage, and this is where we'll maybe take on a small project of maybe a play or some musical theatre-based work, or maybe some dance pieces, or a selection of all. And then what we do is we develop some work based on that. So within acting, it might be that you have an edited play. Within musical theatre, it might be that we have selections of songs from different musicals, or even an edited down, smaller version of a musical. And within dance, it might be that we have some already developed dances by professional practitioners that we've used, or it might be that we arrange to develop a dance routine through different themes and ideas in which to support you. And we create this and create it almost into a bit of a showcase, and then allow you to perform that at the end of your stage 2 to an internal audience of various students from around the college. Within that, you get the opportunity to perform in front of a live audience, which is amazing. And then also you get the opportunity to explore what an actual development of a performance is like, and that process of developing a performance. We then move on to the final stage, so stage 3. Now this is the exciting part. This is the big end of year show, the FMP it's called, otherwise known as the final major project. So the final major project is where we focus on a specific project. It might be a play, it could be a musical, it could be a selection of musical numbers, it could be a selection of monologues, it could be a devising piece for your class, it could be anything in the performing arts world, whatever we wanted to focus on, whatever we felt was good for you, whatever you might want to have a go at. Currently, as it stands, what we've done previous is we've split into smaller pathways at this point for our students, and allowed them to choose an opportunity, whether it be an acting pathway or whether it be a musical theatre pathway. There may also be other opportunities moving forwards as the course develops as well. This gives you the opportunity to showcase your skills, to actually get on a stage and actually showcase your skills to an external audience. These are an actual paying audience coming in to look at you and to watch you perform. It's the closest opportunity that we can give you to an actual real life professional production. And we treat you like a real life professional company. We treat the rehearsal process like a professional company would, and we have it all structured out. We expect you to pull your weight, learn your lines, do everything that you should do as a performer, and we'll give you feedback as you go through that process as well. Then at the end of that process, this should be your final major project that's all come together, ready to be performed to a live audience using lighting, sound, sometimes mics as well, microphones, and various other technical equipment, which is all dealt with by our production arts team. This gives you an opportunity, as I say, to really have a go at a real live performance, which for some of you, you may have already done. So that's great because you've had that experience already, and hopefully we'll be able to develop on that experience through what we develop in the college with you. However, some of you may not have had that experience before, may not have performed to parents or a live audience from outside that you don't know. And so this is your perfect opportunity to explore this and have a go. It's such an exciting time. I can't tell you enough how exciting it is for us as staff, as well as you students. And we're all very, very passionate in our department, and it's a very, very strong community that we work within our department, which produce these shows, and we all work very, very hard. It's a very productive environment to be in, and a very exciting one as well. So that's basically a very basic overview of the structure of the course and how the course works. Now, in terms of your assessment and feedback, now, like many courses, you have many courses offer assessment points or exams and things like that in which to assess their students. And our course is no different. We don't have exams, so there's no sitting at a table and there's no writing of exams in our course at all. We're based around assessment points. So we assess you on your practical work, and we assess you on your theoretical work also. So within that, what we tend to do is we have assessment points throughout the year, but we also give you regular feedback throughout the year as well. So we pick certain points of the year where we'll sit down with you one-to-one and we'll talk about how you're developing and how well you're doing. And we'll give you in-depth feedback in which to hopefully enhance your skills and develop your understanding as to how you are doing as an individual, and hopefully get you to the highest standards you can be by the end of that course. With that understanding, what happens is with that first stage and the second stage of the structure that I've previously talked about, all you have to do is pass those stages. We'll give you feedback as to how well we think you've passed, but all you have to do essentially is pass. And then you get through to your final major project, your FMP. Now, FMP is where your grade comes from. We assess you in FMP and we give you either a distinction, a merit, or a pass, depending on how well you've done. Within that, what's expected of you is to obviously take on board all the practical skills and all the practical elements and feedback that we give you, but also to do your research and gain the knowledge and the theoretical side that we ask of you also. So there's a lot of information that we assess you upon, and we have a look at that as an overview, and then we discuss as a team to work out what grade you might have, and then the exam board comes in to look at that and moderates that for you, and then you get your grade. So essentially, you are being assessed ongoing throughout the whole entire course, from day one right through to the last day that you're in college. And we assess you throughout that process. Your grading, however, comes from that final major project. So it's really, really important that you focus throughout the entire course and you're really committed to the course, because it's an essential requirement of the course, is that commitment. Because without that commitment, we can't produce the best quality work, and you obviously can't be as good a performer as you possibly can be. So commitment is key. So with that in mind, in terms of performance opportunities throughout the course, we have plenty of opportunity for performance. In your first stage, we tend to showcase little bits to each other, to different students within the college, different students within different levels, just so that you guys get the opportunity to explore that a little bit and have the opportunity to perform in front of real people and get real life feedback. Also, we have our stage 2, where you have your in-house performance to in-house audience of students. And then finally, we have your FMP, so your final major project, which is to an external paying audience. So they are actually paying for the tickets to come and sit and watch you perform. That can be inclusive of your parents, it can be friends, it can be family, it can be different people that you don't even know who just come in and watch the performances. And it's a great opportunity for you to showcase those skills in a performance. On top of that, we do often get requirements from external factors of the college. The people from external companies will come to us and ask us for students who might be interested in performance opportunities. We've had previous opportunities of Christmas light switch-ons, pantos, and various other external companies such as TPALB as well has been one of the companies that asked us for performance-based work. So there are different opportunities as you go along also. So there's loads of scope for performance opportunities. Just at this point as well, I'll just give you a bit of an insight, especially for you guys who are looking to apply for level 3, because level 3, you of course have the 2 years of the course, and the first year you'll go through stage 1, 2 and 3, and you'll have all those performance opportunities there. But you'll also go on to your second year and you'll also do another stage 1, 2 and 3, again with similar performance opportunities again. So it gives you a broad range of performance opportunities there. In terms of the actual course itself, we have plenty of trips and plenty of visiting practitioners and things as well coming in to give you the fullest, most exciting experience you possibly can whilst you're on the course at Coleg Cambria. Trips include various different theatre visits, such as we've been to see various different musicals in the past, we've been to see plays in the past, we've taken our students to London even to see musicals and plays, and to go to the Globe in London and so on and so forth. So there's loads of opportunity for theatre trips, which for some of you, you may not have even set foot in a theatre before. So it's really, really exciting just having that opportunity to go. And for those of you who have been, it gives you the opportunity to go to the theatre, but we'll also be giving you things to keep an eye out, look at and explore whilst you're watching, so that you can hopefully bring some of those skills that you've seen into the classroom. We also have visits quite often to universities to have a look at higher education facilities and look at opportunities for you moving forwards as you progress with your career in performing arts. So that's a great opportunity for you to explore what is available out there, which a lot of students don't tend to know all the time when they come into the college. They don't know what life will be like after they've gone to college. And it's part of our aim throughout the course is to hopefully open those opportunities to you and show you what's available, and hopefully give you some form of structure or idea as to what you would like to do when you leave the college. We also have visits to go and do workshops and things, which we've had with various dance practitioners and various acting practitioners in the past. You also sometimes get the opportunity to go to actual theatres and have actual live workshops in a theatre as well, which we look to try and incorporate within the year. So there's loads and loads of opportunities for you to get out there and explore what there is to offer in the performing arts industry. We also, on top of that, often invite practitioners into the college. So it's important that you as students, as do we staff, always maintain a professionalism about you within the classroom, so that we are used to being professional for when visiting practitioners come in. Visiting practitioners are basically people who are already in the industry, whether it be singers, dancers, actors, musical theatre performers, coming in to deliver workshops and work with you and do question and answer sessions also, to give you an insight into their experiences and to what could happen to you as you move forwards into the industry, and give you the best insight you possibly can have from somebody who's actually physically in that industry there and then. So you have loads and loads of exciting experiences within the performing arts course. In terms of progression of the course, you can progress into all different ways and means as you finish the courses that you're on. So you could decide that once completing a course with Coleg Cambria in our Performing Arts department, you might want to go straight into the industry, which some of our students have. Some students have gone on to create their own little theatre companies. Some have gone into theatre and education and various other different performance-based work. Some have just gone on to teach as well. So it's a great opportunity there to explore all the avenues. But also some have gone on to higher education. So just to clarify, our level 1 and level 2 courses, you could progress into our higher levels. So level 1, for example, you could progress into level 2. And our level 2, you could progress on to level 3. Our level 3s, you could actually go on to higher education if you wanted to, because our course, our level 3 course, gives you the UCAS points that you need to go on to higher education. So it gives you everything that you need in order to get access to higher education, all the points that you would need in UCAS. Now, a lot of our students from our level 3 courses have gone on to straight into the industry, but also quite a lot of them have gone into higher education as well, in which to further develop and enhance their skills. So therefore, a lot of our students have gone on to really, really exciting courses, which have really developed them and opened even more doors to them in the performing arts industry. They've succeeded into universities such as Edge Hill, Guildford School of Acting, Italia Conti, Mount View, London College of Music, the Arden, all kinds of different places. There's loads more than that also. So this course can get you to where you want to be in higher education as well, depending on what you're looking to do. So that gives you a very basic sort of overview of the entire course, and gives you an overview as to kind of what we can offer you as a student at Coleg Cambria and on the Performing Arts course. So now I'm going to move on to a bit of a question and answer session. I do have a couple of questions already that have been given to me, which I'm going to go through. In the meantime, if you have any questions, please don't hesitate to send them through and I'll answer them while I'm on the video now. So just to clarify, I have been asked, is there a uniform for the course? So across all 3 levels, there is an expectation that you have all blacks. So what we mean by all blacks is all black clothing and all flexible black clothing as well. So a t-shirt and some joggers or some leggings, all black, ideally with not any sort of logos or writing on it or anything like that. We do also offer our own creative uniform itself, and it has a creative logo on the actual uniform, which will be made available to you as you come onto the course, but that's not an essential thing that you have to buy. You can just get a plain black t-shirt, plain black joggers or leggings in which to perform, to work on the course and do various performances as well. In terms of on your feet, we tend to ask for, in some sessions you might be asked to go barefooted, in other sessions you might be asked to wear trainers or plimsolls, or you can also have jazz shoes or jazz trainers as well, but that's not an essential requirement. We understand that some of these things can be quite expensive, so we don't expect you to have to buy them, but we do expect that you have black uniform. So I hope that answers that question. Next on, how does the application process work? Will I need to do an audition? So this year we've introduced our summer project. So with our summer project, what we do is as soon as you've applied, you will have an interview with our student services team, and then they'll give you our summer project, in which you'll need to just talk about yourself a little bit, give us a bit of an insight about you, and that can be done in written format, or you can record it if you wanted to send it through to us. But also it's optional as well if you want to send through a performance to us via video. It can be a performance that you've come up with there and then, and you've recorded it and you've sent it through, or it could be something that you've done previous that you want to send through to us. So that's an opportunity there for you, but you don't have to send through that performance if you don't want to. That's purely optional. And then from that, what we will do is we'll just confirm your entry onto the course, and hopefully we will see you in September. So I do have a question off Joanna. Hello, Joanna. It says, do we still have to do Welsh Bac? Now, Welsh Bac at the moment is still a requirement. So it is something that we would ask you to do alongside your course on the level 3 course, that is. Level 1, level 2, you don't do Welsh Bac, but level 3, you do Welsh Bac. That will be put into your timetable. And there are certain things that might come into play where we might say you don't have to do it because you have to resit maths and English or something like that. But majority of cases, most students have to do Welsh Bac. However, what we try to do is link Welsh Bac to the course as much as we possibly can. So therefore, it gives you an opportunity to still incorporate those skills that you're developing on the course, but within Welsh Bac as well. And some of the evidence that are produced can be used for both courses. So I hope that answers your question. I do also have another question. What skills will I learn? So as I've mentioned previous, you'll explore a different variety of performance-based skills across the course, singing, acting, dance, musical theatre, and we'll also incorporate any skills that you might already have as well, if they're applicable. And so you'll have the opportunity to do all kinds of stuff that we come up with as tutors, stuff that's already been developed by professionals, but also we'll also give you the opportunity yourselves to devise some stuff of your own as well, so to be original, which is a great opportunity. So again, I hope that answers that question. I also have another question here. So in the audition pack, do we have to include a video of us performing in one of the disciplines? Ideally, yes. Ideally, a monologue or a dance or a song or a musical theatre piece even. Ideally, yes. If you feel that you've got a different form of skill or a different form of talent that you would like to showcase within those videos, please do get in contact with us, and we can discuss that with you. We can reply to your emails and whatnot, just to kind of let you know and reassure you that that's appropriate and that we're happy for you to use that. I'm sure if it's applicable to performing arts, I'm sure we can still take that on board. So do get in touch if you feel that you want to do something different other than a song, a monologue or acting piece, or dance or musical theatre piece. Just another couple of things as well, of questions that I've also had is what support's available in the college. Now, I mentioned before, we do have a theory element to the course. It's not just all practical, as lovely as that would be, but your theory underpins the practical skills. So we do offer learning support if you require it, in terms of retention of things, remembering things, in terms of getting things on paper, structuring things in written format, and so on and so forth. So that's available to you. We also offer financial support as well for those of you who may need it. There are certain grants and things available which you can discuss with our student services team. And we also offer pastoral support pastoral support, in which you can discuss with your pastoral tutor any issues you might have, whether it be in college, outside of college, anything that you feel might impact on your learning within college. We're there to support, and there are all kinds of different strands of support that come off that as well. So there's lots of support there for you, in which for you to achieve to the best of your ability. I have Robert John here, who's asked a question. Can we do only one course, or do we have to do multiple courses? So in terms of the courses, there's a couple of ways to answer this question, so I'll cover all. So in terms of the actual course itself, it is a full-time course. However, if you haven't gained maths and English grade C or above, there will be an expectation of you to resit your maths and English alongside your performing arts course also. So it's essential that is taken into consideration. There may also be some form of Welsh back if you're on level 3, for example, or some form of key skills in some cases if you're in lower levels, but not always. But that's something that we would make you aware of when coming onto the course. So that kind of answers one strand of that question. If you're talking about the actual disciplines itself, so if you're talking about the acting, singing, dance and musical theatre, and whether you have to participate in all of those strands of the course, then the answer would be yes. We do encourage all of our students to get involved in all aspects of the course. Simply the fact that you may find that there are skills that you didn't think you have, but you actually have, and also skills that we can develop for you, well, with you, should I say, not for you, just to kind of give you a bigger array of skills in order to be able to make the most out of the performing arts industry and hopefully open some doors to you moving forwards. So there's loads and loads of skills that you can develop. However, if you come to the end, when it comes to your final major production, there might be some opportunities there for you as an individual to choose a certain pathway, such as a dance pathway or an acting pathway or musical theatre pathway. It's not always the case, but we try to do that as much as we can at the end of the year in order for you to specialise in an area in a bit more depth, if that's what you want to do. So again, Robert, I hope that answers your question. Any other questions, don't hesitate to get in touch. I also have a question off Gemma. What is Welsh Back? Good question. So Welsh Back is a course put in place by the Welsh Government in which to develop culture and Welsh language and the understanding of Welsh, of Wales, really. So it gives you an insight into that. And within that, you learn various different skills, such as team building skills, communication skills, independent working, so on and so forth. It gives you an opportunity to build on an array of skills which are transferable, not just within our course, but also into other courses, jobs, and so on and so forth. It is equivalent to an A-level, so it also brings UCAS points with it. So therefore, it would go with your level 3 performing arts course. It would come, the UCAS points would combine with the points that you earn off that, in which to enable you to apply for higher education. So there's loads of opportunity for you to develop some skills within that area as well. It's an essential part of the college at the moment. It's an essential course that you have to do alongside your course, but it's also a very, very beneficial course, and you'll learn a lot from it and gain a lot from it as well. So again, Gemma, I hope that answers your question. I also have a couple of other questions. If I don't receive the right GCSE grades, am I able to resit? You are more than welcome to resit. In actual fact, if you don't achieve C or above, as mentioned previous, it would be an expectation of you resitting that maths and English courses. If you did want to resit any other GCSEs, that would be something we'd have to discuss with our student services team, but it would be essential for the maths and English to be resat if you didn't achieve the C or above. However, plenty of support is in place for that, and you'll be supported all the way through it, making sure that we can achieve the best grade you possibly can throughout that course. I also have one more. Can I change my course if I've changed my mind? So if you find that in actual fact that partway through the course, within the first few weeks, especially that sort of first half term or so, you sit there and think, actually, this isn't for me, or I'm really struggling. I'd like to look at some other alternative courses, or I'd like to even drop down a level. There is still that opportunity within the first few weeks. We have like a swap, don't drop scheme. So we look at different courses that are more suited to you. So don't panic if you feel that it's not right for you, or even if you just want to trial the course and you just want to have a go and see if it works out for you in that first couple of weeks, please do apply. So by the looks of things, I think that's all questions answered. If you do have any other questions, or you wish to have another discussion or anything like that about the course, please do get in contact. Don't sit there and wonder what the answers might be. Just get in contact with us and I'll be more than happy, as well as my colleagues, be more than happy in which to answer any questions you have. You can contact us either via Student Services, and their email address is studentservices@cambria.ac.uk. That's studentservices@cambria.ac.uk. Or you can contact the Performing Arts Department via our email address, which is performing.arts@cambria.ac.uk. performing.arts@cambria.ac.uk. Okay. Any other questions, please do get in contact. I look forward to meeting many of you in September, hopefully. Thank you for listening. Diolch.